Greetings, kitties! Welcome back to Keepers of the Crypt, our Tales from the Crypt podcast that delves deep into the dungeon of delightful horrors that Tales from the Crypt always had in store for us. We are ecstatic that the show has finally found a streaming home at Shudder. We are thrilled to be rewatching these, re-falling in love with them. With you guys, a hopefully new generation of people will find Tales from the Crypt and be as influenced by it as we were. We find ourselves at the season 1 finale, only 6 episodes. Collection completed. Jonas has been forced into mandatory retirement. He can't relax, though, because Anita's friends are driving him crazy. This is kind of an early Pet Hoarders kind of nightmare. Directed by Mary Lambert, starring Emmet Walsh, Audra Lindley, and the legendary John Kassir as the Crypt Keeper. An amazing episode of Tales from the Crypt. One of my favorite episodes from my memory.
This episode probably has stuck out in my memory more than any other Tales from the Crypt episode. I remember watching this one on television when I was a young kid. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite episodes of this.
You told me a personal story about this episode. Do you want to share?
No, we don't need to circle right back around to that. But, but I still remember being a little kid in my living room, like scenes from this. I didn't know what it was at the time, and until I saw this again, I'm like, holy shit, that's what that was.
Right.
But the scene with the fish in the bathtub, like for whatever reason, that stuck in my head, and I don't remember like when I was a kid, like thinking like, why is that so scary? Mm-hmm. But
it's not scary.
It's not. It was supposed, but it came off like when you're a little kid watching.
It's out
it,
of the usual. To be scary.
But no, nonetheless, yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this episode because there's so much going on here. This is such a fun episode.
Yeah. So this is the episode of season 1, right? I think this and Dig That Cat, He's So Gone.
Yeah.
Kind of fall into the mainstream of what becomes the best of Tales from the Crypt moving forward.
It gets kind of like that zaniness almost, kind of.
Because it's funny, but also grotesque.
Yeah.
Also this kind of sacrilegious imagery.
And we'll talk about it later, but I can imagine anybody, like, we have friends who are, like, hardcore animal lovers.
Yeah.
And I watched this episode, I'm like, this would be fucking traumatizing.
Yeah.
To an animal lover. Like,
right.
They would never watch another episode from Tales from the Crypt if this was the first episode they watched.
I'm an animal lover, but I think this is fucking funny.
I agree.
There is something about, because this, so off the bat, we talk to the Crypt Keeper. We introduce a new character in the Crypt Keeper's life, his pet, Peeves.
I totally forgot about that.
Right, who is a dead dog.
Does Peeves come back?
Pet Peeves. I don't know if he comes back.
His name is...
Yeah, his Pet Peeves.
That totally went over my head.
Right.
Pet Peeves.
Which is pretty funny.
That's smart.
This episode is fucking awesome, right? So this is directed by Mary Lambert, Pet Sematary fame, and stars the great, incomparable Emmet Walsh,
who's a fantastic character actor in
just in 100,000 movies, it feels like, and he's always great. But he plays this fucking death of a salesman, like fucking just miserable old fuck, right?
And I love his character in this because he's so emotive, and I love characters like that. Like, brings to mind like Bruce Campbell, Jim Carrey type of like character, just like his facial expressions and range. It's just so enjoyable to watch him in every scene.
Losing his shit and just going, God damn it, Anita! I fucking die laughing every time. Because it is a tale of a man who's worked so hard that he essentially, him and his wife are strangers at a point. Right? And she is just this strange animal lover, right? Who has squirrels sit in her head and talks to them, right?
Yeah, she's like a Disney princess, like in this suburban neighborhood.
And she helps out all the animals, right? And the neighbor even says, it's strange you wouldn't know that, because we all know that, right? That's just who she is.
Because he's, for, what do you say, 45 years?
Yeah,
is that how
6 days a week, every fucking week.
Yeah, 70 hours, something like that.
And he has been forced into retirement, right? Mandatory retirement. He's all pissed about it.
Because that's all he's done his entire life.
And the opening scene of this is amazing. Because she lets the cat in and close. He slammed the door in my face. And then she's having a surprise party for his retirement, right?
Right.
He sits on a toy and he's like, God damn it. He's like, I'm going to be here, Anita. You don't have needs for this company. And it's very like aggressive.
Yeah.
Right? And he's fucking furious. She goes upstairs. We cut to the kitchen where all these dogs are on the chairs with party hats. And we've set the tone, right? And so this man is not gracefully going into retirement, right?
And he almost says it like a threat.
Like a fucking threat.
Like, I'm going to be home every day.
Yeah. I'm going to have plenty of time for you, Anita. And then, we just watch this man who cannot age gracefully.
Right. Well, he can't age. He can't just
not even
work.
But he
relax.
He's like, once you start letting life pass you by, you start dying.
Right.
So he has this real angry kind of conservative vibe, right? Like, this was something I think a lot of our dads had when we were younger. My dad was like a real, like, you gotta bust your ass every fucking day. Rah, rah, rah. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, well, if I work at this shitty job that pays me shitty wages, why am I going to give them 110%, right? Like, they're not paying me 110%, so fuck them.
Right.
But our dads had a very different, like, you get a job, you're loyal to that company.
Yeah, he's definitely representative of many people in that generation.
Oh, God, yeah. My dad is just like this without, like, the murderous subplot.
But yeah, just the almost like wasting your life for like a big corporation that could give two shits about you. Right. And that's all you've done your entire life. And then you get out of it and you hate everything because you've wasted your life.
Well, imagine he's mad because he gets forced into retirement. He now has the chance to be the master of his own ship and spend time with his wife, who he's in this goddamn house that I worked my whole life to afford. And he's just a miserable bastard.
Yep.
Just miserable. He hated that the company kicked him out like he was trash, but he's still miserable as fuck because he doesn't have a job.
Right. He just doesn't know how to live a life without work. Like he says, like, I haven't had a day off since I was 17 years old.
Well, I love that, right? She's like, you love to fall asleep in front of the TV. He's like, when I was working, I had the right to fall asleep in front of the TV.
I earned that.
It's so fucked up. But what happens is as he's trying to figure out what he's going to do, he begins to feel useless. And he is constantly accosted by the existence of these animals, including this fucking weird bulldog that she named after him because the bulldog reminded her of him.
Yeah, because he has like the saggy jowls and the sad face. And that was hilarious.
That was
like, you named
the dog Jonas. He's like, is that a dog over there eating a steak?
Yeah, she gives him, she opens a can for him and cooks the dog a steak.
Yeah, she puts the fucking cat food in the sandwich fork.
It's like, God,
I love
that. Anita,
that line is great. God damn it, Anita, I'm a man. I'm a human man.
She tries to give him his medicine in the food.
She puts it in the brownie. Dude, when he goes, what's in that brownie? I thought it was going to be the dog food again. She goes, I put your medicine there. God damn it, Anita, I'm a man. And he's just screaming to the gods to be treated like a human being. It's so fucking awesome. And it's funny because his wife is just a really sweet but somewhat oblivious type, right?
Well, she's definitely, unique and quirky, and most people.
She's also old.
And that's again also
she's old and been lonely as shit because
of
him.
Yeah, so the only people she's known her whole life.
God damn it, Anita! I'm a human man. Dude.
So she doesn't know how to interact with people either,
right?
Because she's never had that. So
also, he doesn't act like a human man. He acts like a fucking like sentient piece of shit who just yells at her all the time.
And then occasionally we'll just like break down into this big man baby almost, like the scene when he has to take a dump. Like in the bathroom.
Anita, you done embarrassed me. I gotta sit down.
I gotta. Are you gonna make me say it?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, like how many times have we probably? I guarantee you.
What are you saying right now? Are you saying you shit in front of your wife?
No, but we will openly say like, "Get out now! I gotta take a dump."
Well, sure.
Yeah, like
I say it.
We have no hesitation.
I mean, I also call it. I need to sit down.
Do you actually say that?
No.
You're the person who will fart in your wife's face, and you have
fucking dare you?
And you have
class
like about pooping in the bathroom.
I am not a flatulent man.
Bullshit.
I do not weaponize said flatulence.
You have learned ventriloquism with your farts.
What are you fucking? This pod is over.
You literally toss your farts.
Ah, God damn it, God, I'm a man. I want to be treated like such. No, but my bathroom is awesome because we have a specific like poop closet.
Yeah, you have a room of shame. We have a room of shame, too.
We have a room of shame. So you can do your whole bathroom stuff, and then there's this one tiny closet.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's the hottest room in our house. It is like a sweat box.
Because it's totally insulated. Like, there's no, like, direct ventilation in there, which is only exhalate. Like, it takes everything out, but nothing goes in.
But, dude, there is something about him where he's such a whiny bitch. But also he has this, like, I'm the modern American man, right? Like, this country was built on my back. But he's such a douche.
Right. Yeah. Because it's just like even the littlest things will just. He's a fragile guy. All the littlest things like just make him break.
It is fucking funny though when he's like, "Can you just not treat me like an animal?" That is fucking hilarious.
And then she just keeps doing it because again, she doesn't know any better, which almost makes it more funny.
Right.
Like, she's not doing it to try and make him mad.
But there's something about him where because Because I thought the pruning was interesting, right?
Yeah.
Where he cuts them like down to the fucking bark.
Stubs. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's nothing there. And I was like, there's something to that, is that he just wants to be doing anything of value. He wants his work to be seen by someone, that he's done something, right? Because his neighbor's like, hey, try a model. And he's like, fucking loser. Right?
And the neighbor keeps bringing him models even though he doesn't build them, which I think is also interesting.
But he's trying to tell him that when you slow down like this, bad shit can creep in.
Yeah.
Right? This is a classic, the idle hand is the devil's workshop, right?
But he needs idle hands.
But
right?
I'm saying, my mom at one point was married to this man who was in Narcotics Anonymous, right? And he talked about that because he would annoy the shit out of me. He's like, come on, Josh, we gotta go do stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And every second of every day, I'm like, finally I can lay on the couch and watch TV. He's like, hey, you wanna go do this? I was like, God fucking damn it, leave me alone.
Because if he sat still for like 1 second.
But that's what he said. His life is just constant fucking movement and activity, because long stretches of boredom could set his mind back to that kind of behavior, right?
Yeah. So it's a coping mechanism.
This is obviously not like this, because all he's jonesing for is working at a job that hates his guts. But this does lead to an amazing... When he tries to kill that fucking cat with the tremors, that's such a fucking instant and dramatic leap.
Right.
Because I think the episode underplays how fucking insane of a thing that is.
Right.
That you're going to cut a cat's head off with your garden tremors because he spills lemonade that you didn't even fucking want.
Yeah, that was the thing I thought too, is like, that's your breaking point, is
but that's
knocking
aggressive.
Over the lemonade.
Imagine if you saw one of your neighbors cut a cat's head off with fucking garden trimmers. You'd be like, that's the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Well, you'd be making some phone calls.
Well, immediately. I'd probably be like, I gotta go fight this guy. I gotta go beat this guy up,
I wouldn't fight that guy that's got the shears that just cut
You
off
don't
the
think you could take an old-ass man with garden shears?
No.
You're fucking crazy. I would whoop his ass.
No, not when he had those shears in his hands. Absolutely not.
All you gotta do is make him miss once. You make him miss once, and it's over.
He only has to hit once.
What? What's he gonna do? Chop your little fucking hands off?
He did. Did you see him sharpening those things? Those things were
Get the fuck,
razor
dude.
sharp.
He's got flabby old man arms behind that.
Doesn't matter, man.
I know there's old man strength, but you make him miss once, you grapple him, it's over. His fucking joints collapse under your weight.
I mean, once he's already killed the cat, what's the point in going and fighting?
Well, that's true. But what if he kills another cat?
That's true. You got to protect all the other cats, especially in that house.
What if he kills your dog?
Maybe when the neighbors had interacted and intervened, there wouldn't have been this like mass animal genocide.
It is why are there so many fucking homeless pets in this neighborhood?
And they all come to her. Like, it doesn't seem like she actually goes out and gets them. They just come to her,
she
right?
Knows.
Like, again, she's like a Disney princess out there in the suburbs. All the animals just come to her.
That's what I'm saying. But that is such a fucking aggressive. And then, he falls in the pond. Yeah. And he's in the shower with the fish. Oh! And he just has that barbaric, scream from the abyss.
Yeah, where he's just, had it once he sees the fish at his feet.
And this leads to the fucking one of the great endings of Tales from the Crypt. Yeah. He slips on a dog bone, but he doesn't yell. And he's like, I got a new hobby today. I'm going out. And he's fine. The wife's like, oh, he's been great the past couple of weeks. When she goes, hey, have you seen Jonas in the basement? He goes, yeah, I heard him out back. He took the bulldog, taxidermied him, but also made him some version of a remote-controlled car.
Well, yeah, where he made its eyes glow. For again, right. I watched it, I'm like, is that a part of taxidermy? Is that something taxidermists do, where they put little Christmas lights in
this is the thing.
The animal's eyes?
There is no version of taxidermy that's not on some granular level creepy.
Right. Well, that actually got me the other thought is wait, where the hell do all these taxidermy guys get the animals from? Are they donated from hunters? Are they roadkill?
I think a lot of people donate shit and they're like, I would like to have this stuffed. But I know people that pay to have that shit done to their family dog when it dies.
That's true. I forgot.
So you can see your fucking dead dog in the corner of your house. Why on earth? I want to go down at midnight to get a snack and oh god! And just fucking see your dead animal. There's no version of taxidermy that's not creepy.
I agree. Yeah, to preserve a dead animal in its natural form, other than a museum, outside of a museum.
Even that weird.
No, I mean it's educational purpose, so you can kind of see what it looks like in a somewhat safe
I think the natural history museums are probably the biggest crock of shit.
What?
Yeah, do you want to go see a fucking stuffed rhino not moving? Dude, you can watch Planet Earth right now on TV and actually see rhinos moving and doing shit.
That's true, but that existed before you can go out
true.
and get easy access.
Back in old timey, when you're like, Jesus Christ, what's that? A rhinoceros?
Right.
But you've never seen a rhinoceros.
That would be the only time you would see a rhinoceros, was going to the Natural History Museum.
Nowadays,
that's true. Like,
because we went to the one in Chicago that's fantastic. My kids saw the dinosaur bones and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, do you want to go look at real animals that you can see on TV?
Dinosaurs are real animals.
I know, but the dinosaurs are something grandiose when you see them.
Yeah. I know,
when they see the thing where it's like, here's a water buffalo, they're like, boring.
Right. But, no, okay, so yeah, you agree it still has a point of, like, preserving the bones of dinosaurs and going and seeing that.
Well, Earth preserves it, not fucking creepy retirees.
Well, preserving it in
fossilization is something that happens deep underground.
Preserving
not
the preservation. Preserving the preservation and putting it on display for the public.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
But no, I agree, yeah. What is the point of, really, in the end, what is the grand point
I'm just saying, I would love to meet a taxidermist that I'm like, that guy's playing with the full deck of cards. Like, at minimum, there's something weird about
what leads you down the path? Be like, yep, I want to stuff dead animals.
I think even like guys who work in morgues, that's less creepy than
I don't think morticians are creepy at all, actually.
There you go, red flag, guys.
No, not at all. I mean, like,
if I end up dead, mark that.
That actually, I mean, props to those guys. They give that serves a social purpose. They give closure. Taxidermy again.
You don't know what those guys are doing though. Once the cops leave,
I mean,
that's creepy.
I have a default to trust on morticians, and maybe wrongfully so.
You should have learned from Tales from the Crypt. There's no defaulting to trust.
That's true. We actually get into terrible morticians probably more than once.
There you go. But yeah, so Jonas the dog has been turned into a... And she just starts as, what have you done? And he's like, we can share our loves together and grow older. And it's like, what the fuck? And she runs down to the basement and all her animals are like hanging from the ceiling like he's a fucking like animal Leatherface.
Yep.
And he's like hugging them.
And when he picks up the dog in the back, like the little dog carpet, and he keeps like flopping his head, I'm like, stop!
That one really aggressive.
That really unsettled me.
The stuffed ones, you're like, that looks like a prop. The moving one, it has like this, there is a clear void of liveliness.
Right.
That is grotesque.
Just, seeing like a beautiful dog corpse just flopping around like that.
And he's like, I love it. It's a great hobby. And she's like, where's Mew Mew? And when he pulls that cat out of the box and it's still alive, you're like, holy shit.
Yep.
But then it takes an even more grotesque turn. He fucking physically shoves her. Like, he slams her into the workbench, right? Because she tries to grab the cat. He's like, I'm going to do chloroform. The muscles pull away from the bone like buttered meat. I was like, what the fuck? She grabs his fucking work hammer that he got for retirement, bashes his fucking head in, and then we cut to that amazing finale where we're all the old neighbor. When she goes, Jonas is finally settling down. And he is this grotesque and mangled taxidermied husband.
Yeah, that
image alone is amazing.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was great. And she somehow became a pretty damn good taxidermist in one try.
I mean, if you see that face, that's
true. It's not.
It does lead you to say, how many times did she fucking hit him in the face with that hammer? Because that face was fucked up.
Yeah. Because that again is a turn that you would not have seen coming.
Right
at the beginning of this movie was the wife killing the husband,
but
and
also
turning him
it's
into
so fucking excessively and graphically violent for who is probably the nicest character in any Tales from the Crypt episode we've seen.
Yeah, I agree.
She's a legitimate, just nice, normal lady who just sees this fucking monster and takes it down.
Yeah,
you could argue she's not a villain at all.
No, like, and again, many animal lovers will say she's a hero, and that guy 100%.
I do think that human life is worth more than pet lives, but he is clearly fucking crossed the threshold.
Right.
I'm just
saying. I mean, he got enjoyment out of
this is a weird fucking thing we do. I do think it's weird that people are like, hey, you should donate to the fucking local animal shelter. And I'm like, there are fucking human beings that don't have homes in our community. Maybe let's handle that first.
Well,
and then we donate to all the doggies. I don't know.
Everybody has their passion, their barrel that they fill.
I understand. But I think it's hard to fucking live in a world where we're just like, yeah, humans can live on the streets like animals and we treat them as less than human. And then we just get these Sarah McLachlan commercials where we all cry and we're like, we should help the dogs.
I mean, that's like one of the Canterbury Tales, isn't it? Or
wow, geez, highfalutin.
One of the Chaucer sinners is the nun who cared more for animals than human beings.
I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying.
You're not 100% wrong.
It's insane that we do so much. But like, your town just built like a fucking $10 million new animal shelter. They had a perfectly good animal shelter. They moved it to Fisher's. It costs like tens of millions of dollars, maybe even like 40 or 50 million dollars if I remember right.
I didn't know anything about that.
Just so they could have a bigger facility for extra pets when we have actual fucking human beings that don't have homes.
Yeah, but there's also...
That's wild.
But there's also the part of...
What is the local value that a fucking pound provides to the community that requires tens of millions of dollars?
There's something ingrained in us, though, to, take care of things that cannot take care of themselves or help us. And animals are like...
How does that not apply to homeless people?
Sure.
More humans are cocks than animals.
I'm not saying homeless people shouldn't be taken care of by animals.
You're saying that you don't give a shit about animals. You should take care of every human being before we even start putting resources to dogs.
But
and I know we have friends that would murder me like the old man in this show for saying that.
Everybody has their focus and passion, but that's kind of one of the things I think that makes this episode extra unsettling and grotesque is, animals, dogs, pets especially, are 100% dependent on human beings to take care of them. They cannot,
we've made them that way. We made them friendship.
But they can't survive independently in the
wild.
Could.
There are countries all over the world that have wild dogs that run around and just fucking eat trash all day and love life.
Animals that are in shelters or in that house cannot.
Our dogs are one rough week away from becoming Balto, dude. They're out there finding their... It's in their genetics.
No, my dog would just lay down and die. That's exactly
Shall we tell the story about your dog?
Which one?
This is my favorite story.
No. We are not telling that story about my dog.
That's two personal stories.
We are not getting into that one. That's bad PR. Accidentally bad PR, but we're not getting into it.
It's amazing.
We're not doing it.
By the time we finish this show, you're going to have to open up with us. Open the crypt of your heart. No.
That will be easily misinterpreted. It was totally innocent, but we're not getting into it.
It's an amazing story.
But anyway.
It is funny that he is one of the most hated characters on this show.
Because he is... killing things that are his
wife is an animal hoarder.
Right. It's somewhat equivalent to
he has a hairball at one point just trying to live in his own home.
It's somewhat equivalent to killing children almost.
How? What?
Because again, they are 100% innocent, dependent.
Here's the thing:
endlessly loyal and loving of their owners. So it's sacrilegious. It's defiling to those animals to do what he did.
This is the Cruella de Vil problem. Right?
Yeah,
is that
Cruella de Vil, the worst Disney villains.
She would be less hated if she had made a coat out of human babies than puppies.
I don't know about that.
Here's the thing. I think that's true because people are overly... I have a dog that I love. I love dogs. People need to fucking grow up with the fucking pet obsession. One baby being killed by this man on this show is... 1000% worse than him killing 100 animals. That's insane.
I said trying to gain equivalency. No, yes, I agree with you. Killing a baby is worse than killing
any fucking human baby. This is not killing a grown-up rapist.
Right.
Killing a baby is 1,000 times worse than killing any number of fucking animals.
I agree with you. I was just trying to draw a parallel just to gain somewhat of an understanding. But yeah, I don't know. Where was I going? I was going somewhere else. I got derailed there.
You're coming with me to Logicville. But no, it is funny because it's such a classic kind of Americana, right? It's like those old like the honeymooners, right? It's just two people in this kind of curmudgeon-y, funny relationship.
Yeah. It's the dark honeymooners, yeah.
And it takes such a fucking dark and brutal turn by the end. With this wonderful lasting image. It's just a fucking amazing episode of Tales from the Crypt. All the stuff you love about the best episodes of the show, this is kind of the theory of how the show works going forward.
Yeah,
there aren't as many seriously brooding, scary tales as there are these hilarious inversions.
Yes, this one probably sets the tone, probably the best for the rest of Tales from the Crypt. I think from outside of the one where the guy keeps coming back to life. Those two definitely probably set the tone for the rest of...
They're more in line with where the series goes.
Yeah.
Than, The Man Who Was Death and this and that. But a wonderful episode, one of my favorites. So we did the rankings. I have a very scientific ranking here. So since it's the end of season 1, we're only going to do 3 because it was 6 episodes. But my rankings, and this is where I'm struggling. Because I would say All Through the Night is the best episode of this season.
And we've had this discussion.
It's the most iconic. It's the one that people watch the most.
I don't know if that's true. I think that's
this one probably gets turned on by thousands of people every single year at Christmas time.
That sounds like a big assumption. I think people would turn on Silent Night, Deadly Night, and have a full-length feature film and get the same exact, almost.
I think you're overvaluing how good the fucking horror movies of Christmas have gotten. There's some good ones. But this is something you can turn on and be done in and out quick.
That's fair.
This is a perfect thing for the Christmas rotation. So I think it just becomes so iconic in the Tales from the Crypt series that I have to give it that.
So that's your number one.
That's my number one. Number two, I think, is a tough battle. Because The Man Who Was Death, I love, right? The first episode that we talked about, it's great. The executioner who gets executed. There's a part of me that thinks this episode, Collection Completed, actually is a better representation of what Tales from the Crypt does well than The Man Who Was Death. Because we even talked about The Man Who Was Death is somewhat an outlier in the series.
Yeah.
So that is something I love about it. But I feel like Collection Completed is more quintessentially Tales from the Crypt than The Man Who Was Death. So I have them close. Which one would you give the edge to?
Again, mine is totally anecdotal, non-scientific. The Man Who Was
I
Death
like that you're assuming mine is. Mine is so fucking scientific.
I'm taking your word for it.
I just put decimals after numbers. That's all the science I have.
How many decimal points do you go over?
Just one.
Oh, okay. I was like 0.07543.
No.
I like The Man Who Is Death is still my number one because after we finished filming that episode, we went to our limit of where we wanted. We could have talked about that episode for a solid another 30, 40 minutes. There is so much.
We could have with this one. I could yell at people about
probably.
Don't call your pets fur babies. Don't fucking do that. I can't put my kid in a cage for 8 hours while I go to work. It's not the same.
So do you get really worked up when people say having a pet and having a kid are the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they're assholes.
I personally don't
ever had to take care of a living human child knows that it is really hard. My dog is easy. I open the doors a couple times a day for him to go to the bathroom, put some food in his bowl, walk around and have a good time. That's it.
Yeah. And most parents have had kids or have had pets, I believe. So we know the
raising a kid is to the 1,000th power worse, harder, and more demanding than having a
worse,
pet.
More demanding and harder.
Worse.
Definitely. Not worse.
Worse.
I don't know about worse.
My dog is exceptionally well behaved.
Well, when you have a dog like Bear, of course.
Yeah, Bear is a near complete, but functions on his own dog. And
but do you remember Lolo in her early years?
Yeah.
Like, I remember spending the night and she like ate a screwdriver and a cell phone.
Yeah, she was badass. Dude, the first time I had to go to work, I didn't have a crate for her. I found her. She was homeless. I put her in my bathroom. My roommates are calling me, and I'm like, what? And they're like, your dog ate through the bathroom door. She ate the hole through this fucking door. That was an expensive mistake. But yeah, stop saying it's the same thing. Having a pet is a fun little activity to engage in. It is not the same thing. Raising a dog, you're not like Joe Exotic where your pets can eat you and shit.
Oh.
Come on.
So, but again, getting back quick.
Back to the episodes, yes.
Real quick with taking care of animals. Philip K. Dick, Android's Dream of Electric Sheep. Mm-hmm. That's the name of the book, right? Mm-hmm. He even touches on that theme that human beings have at their core a need to take care of something. So that's why killing these animals...
I wish it was for other human beings.
Whether it's other humans or animals, but like it's like a status symbol, like to have a real animal, right? Because then you're actually like doing something. We don't live in the
fucking days of like bazaars and circuses, right? Everyone I know has a fucking animal. It's not that impressive.
I'm not saying it's not impressive. I'm just saying it's horrific if somebody tortures and kills an innocent animal.
I understand, but replace that animal with a human baby, and it's no longer a show you're allowed to rent and watch.
I agree. It's 10 times worse. It is worse.
Like thousands of times worse.
A parallel, but yes, in severity.
I hate to be the guy going against dog, but the life of every human child is worth 10,000 dog lives, and I don't fucking give a shit.
I don't disagree with you. But
every
there is a parallel.
Human being, you should care more about a human fucking baby. Now, an old fucking like Harvey Weinstein, yeah, I would take any dog over him. Right. That's fine. That's good math. Not a fucking child baby.
No, I don't disagree. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying there's a
Cloud
parallel.
wants to fucking taxidermy babies.
God damn it.
That's what he said.
That is a Tales from the Crypt level leap of logic right there.
I'm going to write that in my skin tone. So I actually did do The Man Who Was Death barely above Collection Completed.
Okay.
Because I do think the style of it is amazing. And I think there's some real, like that phone ringing scene to me, there's some real awesome horror movie stuff in there. So I went all through the night, The Man Who Was Death, Collection completed. That was my top 3. Then Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone, Only Sin Deep, and Come Hack to Me pretty dramatically below the group. But that is my final rankings for the season.
So
it's super scientific.
Honestly, for me, The Man Who Is Death is probably still
that's your one.
Is my number one. Just because, again, we could have talked about that movie for hours.
It's a wonderful story.
There's a lot there with
That's the thing. Its uniqueness versus collection completed's perfect encapsulation of... if you were going to show someone one episode to show them what was great about Tales from the Crypt, you would pick Collection Completed before The Man Who Is Death.
I agree. It gives you a much better feel for Tales from the Crypt.
Right.
But just overall as a story... and they did so much with so little, and I really appreciate that, and it's so smart there. And again, like I may be overreaching, but I think that first episode may have a subtle hint of looking at yourself as you watch these stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going forward.
Absolutely.
So I think that's just a brilliant way to start this whole series.
Right.
So I love that episode. And I also like to say, I swear there's a Mandela effect going on, because I could have sworn that was Dolph Lundgren. You thought
William Sadler? He's like a foot shorter than Dolph Lundgren.
From my memory, when I remember that episode, it was Dolph Lundgren. I could have died on a hill saying that was Dolph Lundgren.
There has to be an 80s movie where Dolph Lundgren's running around executing people. That has to exist.
Well, yeah, The Punisher.
There you go.
That may be what I'm getting mixed up there.
I am the law. No, that's Stallone. We're mixing them all up. Anyhow.
I would probably put Collection Complete at number 2. Mm-hmm. Because again, that's probably one of the sets, as far as like Tales from the Crypt, one of the most iconic episodes this season. It's a lot of fun. Again, I love actors who are over the top, expressive and emotive, like like I said, like the Bruce Campbells, the Jim Carreys. Mm-hmm. I will eat that up all day. And the lead guy in that just did such a fantastic job of that. I had fun watching that episode.
Yeah.
I would probably put Dig That Cat at number 3, but again, because it's just it's a fun episode.
Really fun.
It's fun. It's clever. It's hokey, and I usually hate hokey, but it's hokey in a good way.
It's really good.
And probably put Only Sin Deep below that. But again, it's another iconic episode. It's one that I remember for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. And I just enjoyed seeing Leah Thompson in that role, no matter how grating her accent was.
Right.
Watching that. And then for my last two, between All Through the Night and Come Hack to Me, again, there's not I was talking to you earlier, I don't think, until we get to the very last season, I don't think there's a bad Tales from the Crypt episode. So I don't hate either of these. But again, All Through the Night is probably my least favorite episode of this season. So I would put Come Hack to Me.
Sacrilege. I am looking around my office like there's a camera where I can do a gym to the camera. I'm so mad at what you're saying. You're fucking blatant, insulting, and degrading.
I'm not insulting it. It's not
night.
Bad. But again, as I said before, it's a B. It's a B.
How fucking dare. Above the fucking one-shot pregnancy episode?
At least the one-shot pregnancy was unique. It was interesting.
Jesus H. I'm like,
we could sat here and we could pick apart Come Hack to Me. Like, there's a lot of interesting discussion. Mm-hmm. All Through the Night, it's pretty basic. There's not a lot there, especially for a show that's so smart like Tales from the Crypt.
I'm looking through the fucking windows of time. And our audience who's listening to this, imagine my face glaring at you right now.
Audience, feel free to convince me otherwise and prove me wrong. But
All Through the Night,
it's very generic.
That and Collection Completed are the two iconic episodes from this season.
I wouldn't say it's not iconic. I don't disagree with you there. You remember this episode, and I will give you that.
There is a chance that by the next season's rankings, I jump Collection Completed above The Man Who Is Death. They're both wonderful episodes.
So why wouldn't you just jump it now?
Because I don't know, man. I think there's going to be interesting as we get further, seeing how the old ones change.
Stack up.
Again, I'm going to try to not re-alter the ratings, but...
I mean, for a first season...
It's a great first season.
It
has one... Even the dud episode is not terrible.
Right. Yeah, there's not a bad episode, and it's just for, like, starting off and kind of finding its path. Like, it does such a good job. Well before it really Tales from the Crypt kind of comes into its own.
The Crypt Keeper isn't really there yet. I think the next season's like almost 20 episodes long.
Yeah. So yeah, they really picked it up after that. I mean,
so we got a lot of good shit. A lot of the episodes I remember and love the most. Jesus, a long episode. All right, we're getting to it. A lot of the episodes I love the most come in the next two seasons.
Yeah.
So it will be exciting to do that. So thank you guys for joining us.
One last thing I wanted to say that we I don't know if we talked about. Did we ever talk about?
We get it. You hate babies. Jesus.
No, where did the Crypt where the Crypt Keeper animatronic came from? Did we ever mention that to our audience?
It's a Chucky doll.
Did we talk about this?
I don't know if we did, but yeah. So this is a fun behind the scenes. Is that the Crypt Keeper was actually fashioned from one of the Chucky dolls. Yep. And they just fucking made him look old and decrepit. And so, once you see it, especially the eyes, it's impossible to unsee.
Yeah, exactly. So watch it again knowing that's a Chucky doll, and you'll just know it's just a deformed Chucky doll, and you can't unsee it. And it's
the Crypt Keeper is a good guy. It is canon. That would be awesome if they brought him into the Chucky show, which is actually amazing.
Oh, the new Chucky show? Yeah, I agree.
Love the Chucky
I watched
show.
I haven't caught up in the second season, but I actually really liked the first season. I was surprised.
It's great.
Especially for a network television show, they went hard.
They got to keep up with streaming, man. They can't be wusses anymore. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Tales from the Crypt. Thank you for your time. We will see you next week as we begin season 2 of Tales from the Crypt. Again, it would be great if you invited your friends. We hope you're enjoying the show. Feel free to reach out with us with any comments or questions you have about the show. We're always here to talk to you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you, Cloud. We will see you next week.
See you guys next season. This one's been a blast. Look forward to the next one.
Cloud hates babies.